Hello everybody, welcome back to our decision-making sessions. Today we will keep talking about the limits, inconsistencies, and cognitive biases that affect our decision-making. Remember, when we're making simple decisions, we react and usually decide fast and well. It is in our complex decisions where we oversimplify our analysis, ignore our weak points, and get into trouble. Today we're going to talk about the IKEA Effect. What could it be? Sounds weird, doesn't it? Many of us like to go to IKEA, where they sell half-finished furniture. We take the pieces home, and with a lot of effort, we finish our furniture. It is a win-win situation for everybody because IKEA saves on the assembly costs, and we get the value added for the experience of building our product. We take great pride when that cabinet is finally ready. The IKEA effect describes how we tend to overvalue an object if we made it ourselves and if we put a lot of effort into making it, regardless of the quality or characteristics of the product. Now put yourselves on the shoes of a painter. It is hard to find a painter that is willing to sell at market prices. If he's obliged to sell at market prices, he won't be happy. He will feel that he's not being well compensated for his work. If he's not willing to sell at market prices, probably his art will remain in a cellar for many years. Clearly, there is an overvaluation of the painting. For example, I like to think that my decision-making course is terrific, that it provides tremendous value, but not everybody thinks the same. Clearly, the IKEA effect. But why does the IKEA effect happen? 3 reasons. First, we like to think that we know what we're doing, that we are capable of completing tasks, and that we can successfully face obstacles. The finished product, the finished furniture, is a proof that I am competent. It's a medal. I am shouting to the world, I am skillful. I can build furniture. So, why would I give away or misprice my medals? Second, when we do something difficult or exhausting, we want to believe there was a good reason to putting in all that work. We see ourselves as reasonable and rational people, so we don't want to feel like fools building a table that we could have purchased in the market already assembled. Therefore, we make a mental adjustments and decide that my table is worth more than the other tables. Psychologists call this effort justification. Finally, we have a high opinion of ourselves. We tend to trust our abilities even when it's not justified. Therefore, this results in an overvaluation of what we produce. The key effect can distort our view of our own work, making it difficult to see failures and missed opportunities. Let me show you an experiment that illustrates the IKEA effect. In a study by behavioral economist Dan Ariely, participants received a page of instructions to build origami. After they read the instructions, they built origami, and later they placed money offers on their own creations and those of others. In the bidding, they overestimated the value of their own work and underestimated the value of the creations of others, even when the others were expert origami folders. Specifically, they considered their work to be slightly less valuable than that of the experts. So, what can we do? We can ask advice from somebody we trust, someone impartial, and very important, somebody who does not have an intention of owning the product. You might be asking, who came up with the IKEA effect? The IKEA effect was first mentioned by researchers Ariely, Norton, and Moshon. In their research paper of 2012 called The IKEA Effect When Labor Leads to Love, they mentioned the now famous example from which the IKEA effect emerged: instant cake mixes. When cake mixes were originally introduced in the 1950s, they did not work well. Housewives thought that the job of cooking became too easy. In their eyes, this decreased the value of baking cakes and made the process less rewarding. After manufacturers changed the formula so the mixes now require the addition of an egg, the cake mixes gain popularity. Finally, let's talk about some applications. If the IKEA effect increases our taste for things we made ourselves, it follows that if you get someone to help you to cook a meal, they are more likely to enjoy eating it. In a research by Theda Radke and other authors in 2019, they proved that children were more likely to eat vegetables if their parents involved them in the cooking activities. Now, I will end with something that can be a little bit controversial. In a lecture series called A Beginner's Guide for Irrational Behavior, Dan Ariely, one of the authors, suggests that the IKEA effect, and more specifically, effort justification, is one of the reasons why parents focus so uniquely on their children. Ariely says, "When I go to the park and my kids are playing, I can't imagine that everyone else isn't interested in just sitting there watching my kids," he says. Because parents have invested so much time and energy in raising their children, their evaluation on their children is higher, and they hope other people will be equally impressed. Of course, this is not the only reason why parents love their children. Ariely just means that the IKEA effect could contribute to the way parents adore their children. What do you think? Before we go, I want to remind you that in Module 1 of Deciding How to Decide, the decision-making course that I teach, we analyze this and many other cognitive biases that affect our decision-making. I encourage you to take it. This is all for today. I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much.